our principal from our high school actually had to come down and tell the students and parents to quit doing the BS cheer.
I thought that was really outrageous for a parent to do.
When parents from another school were singling out one player from the other team and just picking on him and him and him and him and him and him.
For everything that's been done to emphasize sportsmanship by athletes and coaches, some of our parents just aren't getting it.
Some parents were terrible when I was in youth soccer and basketball. They've gotten worse at my middle school games. What's going to happen by the time I get to high school?
There was a time where I saw a mother come down out of the stands and stand on the sideline with her hands on her hips, staring at the referee, like it was going to make a difference.
Coming down to the sideline? Was that all she did? I saw a grandparent come out onto the mat at a wrestling meet once and physically go after the official. We get thrown out of games if we acted like that. I don't know why the adults think they have a right to act that way.
The spectator can affect an athletic event almost as much as players and coaches. Since players respect the older spectators and alumni, they follow the lead when it comes to sportsmanship. If fans are being obnoxious, the players and possibly coaches might follow.
Hey, you stink! 16, you stink! You moron! What? You play like a bunch of jerks! What? Hold on, what's that? Hey! Nice stinking work!
Would you act like this at a high school game? If you were the only fan in the stands?
Nice way to play that.
Make sure the cheers are directed at your team.
Rivalry, it's not a terrible thing, it's not a bad thing, but we need to keep it positive.
We have to realize that refs are human and they're going to make mistakes. And they're not going to get every call, every play of the game. I mean, yeah, they might miss a call here and there, but I mean, majority of their calls are probably going to be right. I mean, you just have to cut them some slack sometimes.
The most basic rule of sportsmanship is respect, and respect doesn't change just because we don't like what the coach does or the officials do.
Our coaches have taught us that the kids on the other team are just kids like us, only they're wearing a different uniform. That's no reason to act hateful towards them.
We have to keep our emotions under control during a game, or else we'll lose our focus on it. There are ways to get emotional so that you can play your best, and there are ways to be so emotional that your play just goes sour.
We are supposed to be sincere when we have our handshake with the other team before and after the game.
The parents, friends, and spectators at an athletic event create a competitive atmosphere. In educational athletics, it is also important that spectators demonstrate good sportsmanship, which complements the atmosphere. Sportsmanship requires spectators to understand that athletes are not perfect and that they need encouragement. It is important for spectators to respect the building they are in, the referees, and the opposing team's fans. Spectators with good sportsmanship never lose hope, and more importantly, never lose control of their tempers.
You moron!
Fanatic.
You stink! Yeah, 41, you stink! Ref, you're an idiot! Boo! Boo! Kid, you're a moron!
Fan.
Defense, out of way. They're looking good. Teamwork. Take a shot. Yeah!
Be a fan, not a fanatic.
Problems aren't necessarily on the field as much as they are in the stands.
Talk to their parents about it and let them know that there's a sportsmanship problem and that maybe they should cool it a little bit and be a little more calm and realize it's just a game and everyone's trying to have fun.
Us kids really have to just set the example and show the parents that, I mean, if we're big enough people to understand that and adopt that idea, then I'm sure that it'll come easily for the parents too.
This isn't very realistic, but sometimes I just wish they'd keep our parents out of the gym and the game would probably be more fun.
Fun hits it right on the head. We play these games first to have fun. Our parents think we're in it to win all the time and get college scholarships. They need to have fun watching the game instead of worrying about all the other stuff.
Not all of our parents are bad sports. It would help, though, if the good sports told the spoil sports to sit down and shut up when they get out of control at a game.
Maybe they just need to follow our example because we certainly don't want to follow theirs.
Sportsmanship should begin in the home. Parents must teach their children the value of sports and life and that winning is not the only answer. How one plays the game is what really matters. While serving as spectators, parents must control themselves in a manner that will not encourage their child to follow their bad habits, but their good ones. It is also very embarrassing to the child playing the game to hear his or her parents heckling the referees or the coach because of a bad call or decision. In essence, the parents must serve as teachers and educate their child or children in the educational values that are correct, to have good sportsmanship always. We love our parents, and we value the support you give us by coming to our games.
But the problem with parents showing poor sportsmanship at school games is very real and very serious.
It's one thing to sit here today and agree with everything that is said. That's what most parents do.
Now we need you to behave properly when you go to all of our events.
It's tough to be a role model for others when you can't even be a role model for us.
Sure, we want to win when we play, but we want to have fun too.
And when you don't practice good sportsmanship, it does take all the fun out of the game for us.
So in closing, we have just one last message.
We need you to be a good sport.